Hi Ed, my name is Colleen Cleveland. I'm your instructor. How are you doing? Let's go over your email real quick. I just put some things down here. Uh, it's so wonderful to meet you too, Edward. Forgive me as I know this email's a little past its prime. Um, like I say, you sent it about 1 o'clock, so I'm sorry I didn't get back to you later, but I was actually doing something productive here. I was making some videos for the class. I haven't quite got to where you are right now, so like I say, you're to be commended for doing the leaps and bounds that you have actually made in the strides of getting to where you're actually at as far as your homeworks go. I'm glad you've been looking forward to getting this class because the design is very interesting. It's got a lot of aspects to it, and as they say in this particular class, you're going to be making a game design doc. And this is going to basically come to it's like your resume, sort of, for your game. And it's vital to be able to take this in and say, hey, I've got a pitch. You want to take a look at that? And they'll be able to tell you within the first 30 seconds whether or not this game is going to wind up working. So it becomes vital about giving them as much information as possible in a limited amount of time. So, um, let's see. Your first question is about the assignment for this week. Uh, you've completed the guessing game and the flowchart and the terrain mockup. And for the kids game, and you were a little confused about the fifth instruction on this and for the meaningful action analysis. Um, like I say, excellent question. And thank you for that because that does need to be clarified. So, in this case, what I'm telling you is no written analysis needs to be done because if the template doesn't allow for that, that's then not to be included. If you'd like to do that and you want to put it in a Word doc, you're welcome to, but what I should be able to do is basically look at Choose and Ladders doc and be able to look at your documents and be able to see meaningful, whether or not they're meaningful. I think it says volumes more when you're able to actually look at something and say, hey, this works, this doesn't, and I'm pretty sure that you probably make it meaningful. Just make sure that every action is meaningful. So that's my answer. Again, you don't have to write it out. Just make sure everything's meaningful. Let's go down to your second question. The second question is about the assignment for research. Okay, so we got the themes of the month. Unfortunately, it was set for August 11th, and you jumped ahead quite a bit. So, excellent work in jumping ahead. I always commend those people who do that. So that's great. The text is confusing. Okay, so the idea behind it is kind of, you are correct. There's no percentage on this. The idea is kind of to start compiling things that you're going to wind up for your final game document. This might be the fact that you wind up using this, or that you're going to wind up tweaking it, or the fact that you might be just practicing right now in order to be able to get to the thing that you really need. But the idea is to be able to kind of learn the format of what you are doing. So, and this way it doesn't punish anyone as far as having them taking off points in this particular fashion. But you did have a question about the rubric and why it says that it will take off points. Well, the only reason that's left in there, and that's a artifact from a different time, is the fact that a student and anybody, whether you're doing a resume or an email or anything, and this applies not only to school but to real life, is to make sure that you have your grammar and punctuation down. Now, you've got a very well written email, so I don't think this is necessarily a concept that you need reinforced, but other students kind of do. So that's why that artifact is left. So if it came down to these rubrics are going to wind up being condensed into one big file, then if you get to a certain section and you start looking for things, and I start seeing a lot of typos going on, then I'm going to have to take off for that. Not necessarily in your game document, but for any student game document. So we want to just reinforce that concept to, hey, just make sure you write it well the first time, or make sure that when you write it, when you proofread it, make sure that you get that's something that's not ignored. So does that help? Anyway, your final question is contacting me. My hours basically are Monday. Oh, and I should write this down. Office hours are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. That's when I'm going to be in the building. And it's from 10 p.m. to 6. But, if you can get me online, basically, like I say, since this is an online um, course, basically you can either email me if you have a list of questions. If you have a couple questions that you just want immediately answered, you can do AIM, because I have AIM on all the time. Skype, I really don't use it too much except for my PhD work, but that's neither here nor there. So, but if you like to chat on it, as far as instant messaging, it's on, and I'm available. So yeah, you can do that. And again, here's my office hours. So if you want to arrange a go-to meeting, I am more than happy to do that if you need to talk. Usually, if I get some preparation, that helps the conversation along, because otherwise I don't like people, or at least I don't want people to hang around just waiting for me to try to look something up. I'd rather get them the information as quickly as possible so they can get on with their day. So I mean, otherwise I'm great for chatting with people, but when people definitely need information, just usually it's easier just to send me an email, or what do you call it? Use AIM. So either way, just let me know what you're thinking. And like I say, thanks in advance. You said thanks in advance, and like I say, it's really nice meeting to you. And like I say, I'm going to send you this audio video version. So just to say hi, and I hope you have a great evening. And if you do have any other questions, please let me know. All right, have a great one.